Okay, hey everyone. This is my review for American Idol, season 11 live shows. I decided not to do a review for the auditions or Hollywood Week. Just want to skip to the live shows where there are just like at least a couple guaranteed good performances. So yeah, let's get started. First up was Grimm, and he did Moves Like Jagger. I liked Grimm. I liked his audition. It was a little crazy. It was a little weird. He did that Family Matters song, and it was different. But and then he went to Hollywood Week and did that awesome cover of Georgia on My Mind with the drums. It was awesome. I liked him a lot. But it's getting now to the point where he's becoming a little aggravating. Like he has his whole quirky demeanor and like everything he does, the little nuances he does, it's all, to me, it feels like it's forced and it's staged. Like I don't feel like that's who you are. I feel like you're being that quirky guy to get votes. Kind of like another contestant that I'll mention later. But as far as vocal ability, I do like when you scat and I do like your jazzy roots, but I don't like it all together as a package. It's too much. It's too much. The song was alright. I liked it. It wasn't bad as it could have been. People that have done Move Like Jagger and singing competitions have done horribly. But I like how he slowed it down and changed it up. But like I said, it's just his personality doesn't quite total. Like it doesn't just save everything. It makes it worse for me. Next up was Adam Brock. He sang Think by Aretha Franklin. I don't know how to judge Adam Brock. Probably because ever since he made that comment of having like a large black lady hidden in his body, or he's like trapped in like a black lady's body or some shit like that, when is she gonna come out to audition? Like when is she gonna perform? Because what I'm getting, sorry, but I'm getting a chubby bearded white guy trying to sing like a black lady. I don't get there's a black lady inside of you. I don't get it at all. I can't see him making it to the top 13. He's gonna stay here. Next up was DeAndre Brackin, and he did Reasons by Earth, Wind, and Fire. I love this guy. His falsetto is beautiful. He goes in and out from his like really high voice to his like really low vibrato, in and out seamlessly. Is like no thought, no effort went into it. And this week, when he hit that high note, when he came up, side note, them bouncy curls, my best friend hates him because his curls are a little bit more luscious than hers. But he sung the shit out of that song. I love the high note. It's like he dug his hand into my chest and just like caressed my heart a little bit and just pulled out, stitched me back up and everything. No doubt in my mind he's making it to the top 13. Next was Colton Dixon. He did this. I really wanted to like this. Colton comes out and does The Code, and I'm really expecting it to be amazing. I've been waiting for like an alternative type rocker to come onto the show for the longest, just to represent that side, but it didn't click for me. I liked him better during Hollywood Week, during his final performances when he did that song for his sister. Way better Colton. I'm hoping I wouldn't mind if he made it through to the top 13, but if he did, he would have to come harder to get me to really vote for him, because I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for anybody actually, but I wouldn't have voted for him. Only reason I didn't vote because I watch him online, like way after the air, whatever. Next up is Jermaine Rosado. He did Gravity by Sarah Bareilles. I love Sarah Bareilles. And I love that song Gravity. One of my other best friends, she can sing really good, and she sings that song flawlessly, and I have high expectations for anybody that sings that song. So he comes out and sings it, and it's okay. Out of like a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 7. I expect so much from him after his final performance in Hollywood Week and Las Vegas Week or whatever, when he did that Carrie Underwood song, I Know You Won't. And that last note that he held for like 3 years. I had 2 kids. I got married. I divorced that bitch. And we didn't sign a prenup, and she was the rich one. All that random shit. Like, I got high expectations for this dude, and he didn't really deliver. His last high note on Gravity cracked a little bit, or it just got abruptly cut off, and I didn't like that. I mean, things happen. I get that. Your performance could be amazing in rehearsal. Your performance could be amazing in how can I say rehearsal? Your performance could be amazing in rehearsal, and then you get out during the live shows and kind of tank. That just happens. I get it. But even still, if you hit that high note, I don't think it would have been too great. Up next was Aaron. How do you say his name? Aaron Marcellus. There you go. Aaron Marcellus, and he did "Never Can Say Goodbye" by the Jackson 5. And do I really gotta even say anything about this performance? It was kind of perfect, pretty much perfect. His runs, his pronunciation, like just his vocal approach to the entire song period was just amazing. I really hope he's the one that arranged that, because it was current. Like, I can hear that. I would put that on my iPod in a heartbeat. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that tonight. The only thing I didn't like about this performance was that last note. It was a little screechy. It was a little off-putting a little bit, but I can't have that take away from what he did throughout the entire 1 minute 29 seconds. I cannot discredit him at all, because that was some singing. Next was Chase Likens. Next was Krayon Fracker, or Fracker, whatever. He did "True Colors" by Cyndi Lauper. Krayon, I don't really have a solid opinion on Krayon yet. He was not my favorite during Hollywood Week or auditions. I give him credit for having a good voice, a decent voice. I hate his face. All this scrunching up he does when he's singing is just weird. Not like Phillips craziness. His is endearing. I like him, but Krayon is just weird and it's odd. When I saw his package, didn't mean like that. It made me like him a little bit more. I could actually see myself hanging out with him. But then he did "True Colors" and it was a good vocal performance, but I'm just not feeling him. It's not even something I can discredit him for. It's just a feeling I get when he sings. I just don't get it. I don't gel with it. Next was Phillips, and he did "In the Air" by Phil Collins, and amazing. I love Phillips. American Idol hasn't had his type of voice on it ever. I can't think of anybody to compare him to. Well, yes, I can. Everybody compares him to what's his face, Dave Matthews and all this stuff. And Phillips is Phillips. I love him. He is his own artist. I love him. He has been consistent. I've loved every performance he's done. I cannot wait to see him progress. He's top 2 material. Definitely. I'm so on the Phillips bandwagon. Next was I'm not even going to say his name. Next is Heejun Han. He did "Angel" by Robbie Williams. Heejun, I love Heejun simply for the fact that he can sing, and his personality is amazing. But at the same time, this is where I talk about Grimm and him. I feel like both of them know exactly what they're doing, but Heejun is actually pulling it off. Grimm isn't, for me anyway. Heejun is funny, charismatic, sweet. He posted his Twitter pic of him about to cut off Colton Dixon's little skunk hair color thingy-majigger. He was about to cut it off, and it was just made my day. I love Heejun, and the fact that he can sing a little bit and he isn't just a personality only contestant makes me happier. His vocal tonight was alright. It wasn't the best. It wasn't top performance material, but at the same time, I just love the fact that I can relate to him and he can sing. So far forbid it from me from denying you a place in the top 13, although I would hate it if you end up staying long enough to take people's positions that belong there. Like if somehow Phillips was in the bottom 2 with you and he got sent home, I would kind of like you less. So you can stay. I give you the invitation to stay, but don't outstay your welcome. I love you to death. You are hilarious. Your work with the children are amazing. Just don't get anybody good kicked off. Next was Joshua Ledet. And is it Ledet or Ledet? Because all throughout Hollywood Week they were saying Ledet, and now they're saying Ledet. Make up your mind. I need to hear him pronounce his name. But he did You Pulled Me Through by Jennifer Hudson. Safe to say that was my Jacob Lust, God Bless the Child moment for him. He's not my favorite contestant just because, like I said, Jacob Lust, he had that moment with God Bless the Child during Hollywood Week and it was amazing, but nothing ever lived up to that. So he by far wasn't my favorite contestant of last season. But Joshua Ledet, he has potential to actually be consistent, but I just feel like this is his God Bless the Child moment, and hopefully it can get better. If it can't, then see ya. And last but not least was Jermaine Jones, who they brought back. You have 4 contestants. I just knew that they were going to bring back Johnny Kaiser. He had the best voice out of all 4 of them. And the only thing I didn't like about, well, the only 2 things I didn't like about him was his pompous attitude. Like when he was singing just one song during Hollywood Week, he was just like, whatever, they're gonna keep me anyway, blah da 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 da. And it rubbed me the wrong way. And then when that poor girl fell out during group round, and he walked around her and kept singing, why would you do that? It makes no sense, and you look like an ass, which is probably why they sent you home. But I just knew he was coming back. I thought it was a lame ploy, like they're trying to copy it, which they are. They're trying to copy off of X Factor when Simon sent Melanie and Morrow home and went to her house and brought her back. It's the same thing, but they're just doing it for ratings, and it's pretty pathetic.